Welcome everybody to Extreme Off-Road Silly Bills, and today we're dealing with the 1973 Hoonigan Volkswagen Baja Beetle Scumbug. Now this is from the Rally Adventure expansion, and it now has 957 horsepower, 628 pound-feet of torque from a 4 litre twin turbocharged flat 6 engine. The car itself now weighs 2,561 pounds. Has its original off-road tyres and off-road suspension, but it now has all-wheel drive, and it can now do 0 to 60 in 2.871 seconds, 0 to 104.443 seconds, and going to a top speed of 194 miles an hour. So yeah, there's no doubt that in terms of speed, acceleration, launch, somewhat in terms of braking and off-road capability, that this is really rather good. But the handling is on the low side, and yeah, considering this didn't even have 150 horsepower originally, we may well be on hand for an out of control vehicle, but hopefully that won't be the case, as yeah, this is the second vehicle from the Rally expansion that we've used on the series, and the Ford number 4 Focus RS was hugely impressive, going all the way into what was it, 6th place. So yeah, I'm hoping this can hopefully do as well, if not better, but it's a tall order, quite frankly, because this has less power than that car, it's got more weight, and yeah, the handling is nowhere near as good either, while obviously the acceleration, due to that extra weight and lack of power, is also worse. So yeah, and yeah, to add on to that, this car originally could only do 102 miles an hour, and we're already well above that. So yeah, well and truly taking this out of its comfort zone. But we've seen big surprises before from vehicles. No reason why this shouldn't at least do okay. Not sure which Volkswagens we've taken out in the series before, but we will look once we are done with this car. Good rate of speed there, 60 miles an hour before we had to slam on the brakes. Seems to be handling the power okay, which is a positive sign. Positive sign even. And yeah, right, let's see what we can do with this jump. It should handle it well. Hopefully it won't bounce back up after landing. A little bit, but not in such a sense that we had no control. It was a rear end rather than the front. So when it's the front bouncing back up, that is a real issue, because then you lose most of your braking and all of your steering. So yeah, that's not a good thing. Probably can hear it's got anti-lag on it as well. As I've said in previous videos, ever since the Rally expansion was released, anti-lag does not give you extra power. It just gives you a better torque and horsepower curve on the little graph that it gives you when you're upgrading. It just gives you that extra bit of torque lower down in the rev range, which really does help when getting out of corners, especially so in an all-wheel drive vehicle. Basically does what it says on the tin, prevents lag from the turbochargers. Most lag is lower down in the rev range. So you do get lag when changing gear, or if you change into a gear too quickly, you will suffer from turbo lag, but again, that should be resolved with the anti-lag. Yeah, this is feeling very, very controlled. Way more so than I was expecting to, quite frankly. I guess the standard car with its not so great amount of horsepower and torque just wasn't being pushed hard enough. Because with this amount of power and torque, it's not too bad at all, really. So the least powerful vehicle we've had from Hoonigan. Strength than what we're used to from them guys. Oh, I'm going to use our rewind. That's the first time we've used one at the end of a race. We'll use it again just to get a better line into the corner there. Yeah, ran a little bit wider than I expected. There we go. So yeah, nowhere near as quick as the Ford from the previous episode, but still, 3 minutes 24.521 is hardly the worst time that we've had. And in terms of Volkswagens, I'm not sure how many Volkswagens we've had on this series before. It's slower than the Pickup LX, which, yeah, that did have all-wheel drive. No, it didn't have all-wheel drive standard. That was also only, yeah, that was only front-wheel drive originally. So yeah, I'm surprised we're actually slower than that. But we are quicker than the Volkswagen Golf R, which did have all-wheel drive standard. So yeah, kind of in between really in terms of the Volkswagen range of vehicles that we've had so far. Only the third car we've had on this series so far from Volkswagen, but I guess it's no surprise that we're quicker than an on-road hot hatchback. But the fact that we're slower than a originally diesel-powered front-wheel drive pickup truck is a little bit on the underwhelming side, to be honest. But we are quicker than the likes of the the Sierra Car 700R, which again is another car that was added in this game recently, which is an off-road buggy. Also quicker than the likes of the Subaru Brat GL, the GMC Jimmy, the Honda. We're slightly behind the Honda Ridgeline Baja trophy truck, so yeah, we're a couple of Baja vehicles now side by side, which also means we're slower than the Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro and the Toyota Hilux AT38. But we're still also quicker than other off-road vehicles like the Porsche 911 Desert Flyer, Polaris Razor Pro XP Ultimate, and the Land Rover Defender 110X. So yeah, decent enough given everything that was going against it. You know, the major increase in terms of power, the all-wheel drive system, the higher rate of acceleration and top speed, and all of and everything else, quite frankly. So yeah, but still, could have done better. Would have liked it to have done better, but also on the other side, it could have done a lot worse. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.